So, uh, initially we were focusing on the 30-day lead code challenge for the month of April, and lead code has started another month challenge for May as well. So, I think I missed out the last question of April. Let me see if I can access it again. Uh, May lead code challenge is there featured. Explore. Let's say day one lead code explore feature. Okay, 30-day lead code challenge. I think yeah, this is the one. Oh yeah, so I can access it. Okay, awesome. So let's finish off this last question as well. Uh, for the April month, and then we can look into the May month as well. So the question is, check if a string is valid sequence from root to leaves path in a binary tree, right? So you're given a tree, and you need to find starting from root. So you're given a sequence and a tree, and we need to figure out if I start from the root, which would be the first element of the sequence, and I keep traversing down to any one of its leaf nodes. Do I get, or do I see that sequence being formed while traversing along that path to the leaf node, right? So two main things to focus here is we start from root and we end at leaf, right? We need to check if the sequence is valid or not. We get this given string from concatenation of the array integer and concat. Okay, so you're given a tree, okay, and you are given an array. So now this array could be traversed, so we we return true. Similarly, we see a sequence 0 0 1, so 0 0, and there is no 1 then, so we return back and we return false. Similarly, for this question, we found the sequence, but as I said, we need to focus that it should start from root and it should end at leaf, right? So let's look at the constraints. The array length is 5000 and it might contain 0 to 9 val numbers. Okay, this seems time complexity wise, it's kind of a DFS of a tree, so it should basically take O of length of the array time complexity. uh, oh no, we might, in worst case we might actually traverse down the whole tree if we find that all the trees have the sequence and only the last element doesn't match, right? So we can do that. Now looking at the approach, um, it's pretty seems pretty straightforward with the traversal. Let me start a new window. Okay. So let me start a new window, and then we have, I'll take this as the list. 0 1 0 1, and then 1 0 0 0 0, and then we have array length of 0 1 0 1. Right, so basically what we can do is we can call a function f. We start at the root, right? So we have root here, and we start at the index of the array 0, right? And then we start looping. So what I'm going to do is I check whether the root dot value matches with this index value of this array. If so, I keep traversing on both the directions. So now what I do, I call f on with index 1 on the left side, and with same on the right side with index 1. Now for the right, it doesn't match, right? Because one at index 1 I have 1 and this is 0, so I just return false. It's here itself, so this is false. But let's continue traversing here on the left. Now here I traverse this way, and I go this side, but again this will return me false because element this will be 2, 2, this will be 1, and then here I pass on 3 and it matches, and it's also the leaf, so I return true, and this returns true in the recursion stack, and then I get true, and then I take OR of the children on the left side and the right side, and I return the final answer. Let's jump into the code, it will be more straightforward. Again, as I said, I'll be using Java, so I will create a utility method saying public say boolean traverse, right, and then I create a tree node root index pass the error. So I check if root becomes equals null and index is if index equals to 0 and root dot left, that I am at the leaf node, right, is equals to null, and root dot right equals to null, and index is 0 and the value matches, dot value equals array of index. Oh sorry, it should be equals to let's pass it n as well, so n would be the length of the array. So basically I'll be passing return 0, a so it should be n minus 1, right, the last element, and array of index, so I return true. If root dot if my index goes beyond n, so I return false. That means my traversal has not reached the leaf, because this is the case when it reaches the leaf, right? If it hasn't, then I return false. If my root equals null, obviously then I return false. Similarly, what else case? If root dot value, correct, if that value doesn't matches the array, so we return false. Now if it's gonna go past this case if it matches, right? So then we check boolean, we take two values, boolean left side, we initialize them to false, and if root dot left is not equal to null, so basically what I'm saying is, see, this case is gonna check if the value didn't match, right, for that root, so it's gonna return back false there itself, and we reach this point only, this means that root dot value equal to array, right? So that's explicit. So we do left side is equal to traverse root dot left comma array comma index plus 1 comma, right? If root dot right is not equal to null, then in that case right side is equal to traverse root dot right index, yeah, correct, and then at the end I return left side or right side, because we need to take all, because one of the sides gives me true, that's fine, my case is solved. I got my output, so it just should array dot length, oops, alright, okay, this should return true, correct, let's submit it, let's see, awesome. So it was pretty straightforward and easy question. Hope you guys like this video. If so, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. Thanks everyone.